Hello everybody, Tabby says welcome to a game of Inside Pitch, the next game on the 1969 schedule. She's going to sit over here by herself and let us enjoy this in peace. She promises not to have any eruptions, so we'll wait and see how that plays out. And we are at Shea Stadium for this ball game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets. It was played September the 5th. It's actually game one of a doubleheader, and I am playing game one of that doubleheader. Starting pitchers for today's game will be Tom Terrific from the Mets against lefty Grant Jackson of the Phillies. And like I said, this game was game one of a doubleheader. Mets won this game in real life 5-1. Let's go through the starting lineups very quickly. We've got Johnny Briggs in center, Cookie Rojas at second, Dick Allen at first, Johnny Callison in right, Darren Johnson at third, Ron Stone in left, Mike Ryan catching, Don Money at short, and Grant Jackson is on the mound. For the New York Mets, Bud Harrelson at short, Bobby File at third, Tommy Agee in center, Don Clendenin at first, Ron Swoboda in right, Jerry Grody is catching, Rod Gaspar in left, Al Weiss at second base, and Tom Seaver on the mound. So let's get everything into place, beginning with Shea Stadium and the dice tray. That always helps to get both of those into good positioning. So let's put these so we can see it. Get our lineup for the Phillies. Actually, I'm going to do these one card at a time because when I stack them, they get stuck together because they're fairly new. And let me check. Oh yeah, I've got everything into place on here. It looks like this looks very respectable. So let's see. The only thing I'm not sure of is, can we see? I think we can't see Seaver. Can we? Down there is Seaver. But I want to show the line score. So if I have to miss Seaver's batting, then so be it, because I want to show the line score. But looking through the camera, I'll do a quick focus one more time. Looks like everything's all right. Got the dice. Actually works out. The regular dice actually work out for this game. You got the red from the Phillies, the blue D20 from the Mets, and of course the white die, which is, pretty much neutral. All right, so John Briggs will lead things off for the Phillies as Tabby is on her little perch, but she's not even looking. She's facing the other way, kind of disinterested, which hopefully you guys are not, but oh well, can't have everybody interested in your games, can you? Sometimes other things are more important, like looking at the ceiling fan. All right, so here we go. Tom Seaver to John Briggs. That's a 3-2, which is a potential walk. And that's a 1, so Briggs is going to walk big time. Leading off the game with a walk, not what Seaver wanted. Briggs is a 3 for his attempt. -1 is a 2. That is a 3. It's a possible hit and run. Cookie Rojas has a very low strikeout ratio, so we'll go ahead and play the hit and run because his strikeout chances are not very good, although the stadium will add 3. But I think they're going to try it anyway on a hit and run, so we'll see. Seaver pitching to Rojas. 1-1, possible error on a grounder. Rojas 6-6, question mark 8. That's a 3, which means it's going to be a single to center field. And let's check well, first of all, check multiple things. We got to check the error because it's a possible error. But that was on a grounder. This is not a grounder, so the error gets taken completely out of the situation. It will drop in for a base hit. The hit and run was on, so that means that Briggs, his base running rating bumps by 2 from a 4 to a 6. Center fielder arm, Agee is a 0, so that means Briggs will make it without a throw. So because of the hit and run, they put 2 on, runners on the corners, nobody out. And Rojas does have an attempt of 1, but Seaver takes away that 1, so we are going to keep it at a 0, and he's not going to go anywhere. We'll roll this strategy roll to see if there's a balk, or, well, there won't be a pickoff. Well, it could be a pickoff at first. But Dick Allen is coming up after the strategy roll. Nothing on that. So infield, early on, they will play double play depth. They really want some outs. They'll give it the run to get 2 outs. So they are playing halfway for the double play. 3-5. 3-5 is a possible home run. That's a 1. It passes that check. Dick Allen's a 20. It's gone. Don't matter where they play. That is a 3-run homer for the Phillies. And how do you like that? Thinking the Mets have a cakewalk with Tom Seaver on the mound, and the Phillies just put up 3 on the board right away. A walk, a single, and a 3-run homer by Dickie Allen or Richie Allen, however you want to pronounce it or call him. But it's 3-0 Phillies early on. Here's Johnny Callison. 4-2, that's a strikeout chance, and Seaver gets his strikeout, 1 away. So boy, Met fans tuning in. If you came in late, you missed it. 3-0 Phils. Here's Darren Johnson. 6-4, that is a double question mark against a right-hander. 1-10 is the star line. That's a 9. It will be a star line. And it's going to be a 2, which is a fly to center for out number 2. So Darren Johnson is gone. That brings up Ron Stone, the left fielder. That's a 4-5, and that is a range play. Stone's card, 3-2. That's a question mark 8. Another range check again. First we have to check for the hit. Then we check to see if the range play is going to stop either an out or a hit. So that's an 8, which means it would turn out to be a double. If it falls in, it would be a double. But we're checking the range of the center fielder, Agee, who happens to be a 5. But it's a 6. How do you like that? That's the way it's going for the Mets. Agee couldn't get to it. It's going to drop for a double. Wow, when it rains, it pours. So, runner at second, 2 down. We will do the strategy roll because Seaver does have a pick off. There's no 20s, nothing going on. Here's Mike Ryan. 5-3, and that's a potential wild pitch. That's a 20 though, so no wild pitch. Go to Ryan. 2-2, single pass short. So let's see if the run can score on an S6 to get from second to home. You need a 3 or better. Stone's run rating is a 3. Plus there's 2 outs middle. He makes him a 4. So he will score. It is 4-0 Phillies. And Tom Seaver's in danger of an early exit. This is really unusual, so to speak. All right, so Ryan has no attempt rating, so we won't worry about that. We'll check. Make sure there's no strat. There's not. Here's Don Money. That's a 5-2 strikeout chance, and Seaver gets him to end the inning. But the Phillies do great damage. 4 runs in the first for Philadelphia, and they lead Seaver and the Mets 4-0. Phillies 4, Mets coming to bat. How do you like that? All right, so Grant Jackson, the starter for the Phillies. He was 14-18 with a 3.34 ERA in this 69 season. And we'll have Bud Harrelson to lead things off. Shortstop. Switch hitter batting right-handed, 2-6, double question mark against a right-hander, which he is. 1-16 is a star line. That's a 2. It's a star line. And it's a 5, which means it's a ground ball to third. 1 away. All the rolls are going the Phillies' way right now. And the 69 Phillies, not exactly a juggernaut, but they're putting it to the Mets so far. Here's Bobby File. 1-2 potential walk. 10 is going to be too much. No walk there. File 2-6, star line 3, fly to right. 2 down. And that's going to send us to Tommy Agee, who had several highlight catches in the World Series. But we're here in September the 5th, so he's got to get something done now. Grant Jackson, 6-3 is a range play at Shea Stadium. That is a 5-1. It's a single plus to left field. The left fielder range is Stone. He's a 3. So Stone needs a 3 or more to get to this, or 3 or less, I should say. It's not. It's going to drop. So let's check and see if it's a double automatically. It's not, but it could still be a double because he's got the +7. So Agee is a base run rating of 4, and Stone's arm is a +1, gives him a 5, and he makes it to the double. So Tommy Agee with a 2-out double, and that will send up Don Clendenin. And Jackson does have pickoff moves, so we'll roll the strat. Nothing happening. Clendenin is playing injured. When I was separating the cards, had a slight tear here in the upper left-hand corner, so I do have some Scotch tape on it to hold it in place. So he's playing hurt, but he's out there playing hurt. Let's give it a go. Cards are really nice, but I was just being careless when it's probably the last team I was separating. I want to get them done, and I just didn't do my due diligence to make sure they were bent and folded and creased and everything else, and that's what happened. So fair warning, if you get these cards, be careful with them. Here is Grant Jackson to Clendenin. 2-1, range play. 4-3. 4-3 is a ground ball to third, checking the range of third baseman Johnson. He's only a 2. Good chance he won't get to this. But of course he does, so that's just the way it's been for the Mets here in the first inning. Nothing doing. 4-0, favor of the Phils. And Tom Seaver definitely has to regroup. If they have to go long relief, they'll bring Nolan Ryan in. He's got the long relief rating where he can face quite a few batters. In fact, he can face, he can face 8 in relief, which actually Tug McGraw is longer than that. He can face 10. And DeLauro can face 11. So there's several long relievers. But Seaver wants to stay in there as long as possible. This pitcher, Grant Jackson, 5-5, is a walk plus, but he's a switch hitter batting left, so it's walk plus. He walks at a 2, makes it a 12 with the plus. That's a 3, so he walks the pitcher, Grant Jackson. Unbelievable. Seaver, I don't know if he got up on the wrong side of the bed or didn't have his Wheaties or what, but something's wrong here. All right, pick-off chance, nothing happening. Here's Johnny Briggs, infield double play depth. 6-6 is a ballpark card. We're going right to Shea Stadium. For Briggs, it's a 1-5. That's a fly to left. 1 away. So Briggs is retired. Sends us to Cookie Rojas. Nothing on the strat. 1-4, single, but he's not tired, so there's no single chance. Go to Rojas, 3-2, star line 3, ground ball to second. They were playing halfway, so that makes him a 3. Seaver is a +1, makes him a 4. The ball was hit to second, so the shortstop pivot, Harrelson, is a 1 as well, makes him a 5. So anything other than the 6, it's a double play. It's a double play, 4-6-3. And that certainly helped Seaver get out of any potential problems and gets the Mets back in to the dugout where they can try to make up some room. Ron Swoboda steps up against Jackson, 4-2, possible error on a grounder. Swoboda, 6-4 is a fly to right, so no error there to worry about. And he's retired, 1 away for Jerry Grody, the catcher. Jerry Grody. Jackson, 5-4, that's a strikeout chance. He's going to get him. Stadium even adds 3, so it goes from a 7 to a 10 with that 3, and that 3 fits way in the range, so easy strikeout for Grant Jackson. It brings up Rod Gaspar. He is a switch hitter, but all his power, his only home run came against a lefty, so he could hit a home run off Grant Jackson, you never know. 1-2, that's a walk chance. 15, he walks at a 14, but that's a 15. Ballpark doesn't add anything, so no walk. Gaspar, 1-2, he's going to fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Mets, and it's somewhat of a shocker. It is 4-0 Phillies as we go to the third. And I know the Met fans are just waiting for their offense to click and for Seaver to get in tune here. Here's Dick Allen, had the big 3-run homer in the first. Seaver, 3-1's a strikeout chance. 13 will get him, so struck him out. 1 down. Brings up Johnny Callison. Seaver, 4-5. 4-5 is a range play. Callison, 3-4. That's a single to right, but we're checking the range of the right fielder, Swoboda. He's only a 2. Even though he made that great catch in the World Series against the Orioles, I guess it was so great because his range is not very good, where other outfielders probably would have made that more routinely, but we'll see if he can get to it. He cannot. It's going to be a base hit. It was a single off the get-go, so we don't need to check for a double because the most you can get there is a single. So Callison is aboard. He's got a hold attempt here, so there's no chance for him to try to steal. We will check for the pickoff, however, for Seaver. See if there's anything going on with that. There's a 20. So 1 is a balk, 2 to 4 is a pickoff. That's a 17. He's back. So Callison gets back. Infield double play depth for Darren Johnson. 3-6. That's a straight up home run on Darren Johnson's card. Straight up. He's an 11, but that's an 18. So Seaver survives. And we'll go to Johnson's card. 1-4. Starline 6 is a fly to right. 2 down. So it was almost tragedy there for Seaver. And had that been a home run, Seaver would have had to come out because that would have been 6 runs. And he would have been tired immediately and would have to have been relieved in the 3rd inning, which I'm sure did not happen very often at all. Strat roll, nothing going on. Here's Stone. 4-3, strikeout chance, 16 too much. 2-6 is a fly to right. That's going to end the inning. So it appears Seaver has settled in since that 1st inning. The question is, can the Mets score the runs to make up the difference? We got guys for the Mets haven't even batted yet, and most of the Phillies have batted twice. All right, here's Al Weiss, or they used to call him Al 3 Blind Weiss. That's a 2-5, and that's a strikeout chance. 9. We'll get him because it's a 9 here plus the 3. So struck him out. And for Grant Jackson, that's his 2nd strikeout. Brings up Tom Seaver, a mediocre hitter at best. 2-6. That's a double question mark. He is a right-hander. 1-16 is a star line, but that's an 18. So we skip it. Go to Seaver. 2-3, and he lines it to first. So he lined it hard, but right at Dick Allen, or Richie Allen, however you want to refer to him. So that's 2 down for Bud Harrelson. 3-6 is a strikeout chance, and Harrelson is gone. 3rd strikeout for Grant Jackson. So Grant Jackson so far is out pitching Tom Seaver. And the Mets are trying to make up room on the ground on the Cubs. Figuring against the Phillies they can make up some ground, but not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. All right, here is Mike Ryan. They still got the 2nd game of the doubleheader to go, where they got to face Rick Wise. Although that's going to be on the ticker, not on Cars and Dice. All right, so here we go. 2-3. Strikeout chance. That's a 7. That'll do it. Ryan is out of there. 1 away. And that'll send us to Don Money, shortstop. 6-3. That is a hit by pitch. Money's a 1. Seaver's a +1 for a 2, but that's a 14, so no hit by pitch. Money 3-1. Starline 5 is a ground ball to short. 2 down, and that's going to send us to the pitcher, Grant Jackson. Grant Jackson did walk his first trip. 3-2, potential walk again. That's a 13 though, too high. No walk. Jackson 6-3 will ground it right back to Seaver, and that ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 4-0. Favor of the Mets. I'm sorry, favor of the Phillies. Talk about a Freudian slip. I'm just so used to thinking the Mets are going to win this game, but that's why you roll the games. Because you just never know how these dice are going to treat you. Here's Grant Jackson to Bobby File. 6-3 is a range play at Shea. That's a 5-6. It's a fly to center, so the range of the center fielder, Johnny Briggs, is a 3. And he makes it. So Johnny Briggs is up to the task. He's able to track that down. Take a hit away from Bobby File. Possible double away from Bobby File. 1 down for Tommy Agee, who has doubled. He's got the only hit of the game for the Mets. 5-6 is blank on Jackson. Agee 4-3. And he's going to do it again. Single pass short. So Agee is 2 for 2. He does have a stolen base rating of 3, but you're down by 4. And so they're going to have to roll strategy, but nothing on the 20. So we're not, that a 1 there says he could steal, but we're not going to steal down 4-0. They need base runners, and they need multiple base runners. So no chance. And plus Grant Jackson's got a -3 hold. So best he could do, I think, would have been a 1-8, and that's less than 50-50. I'm not chancing it. All right, here's Clendenin. Already rolled a strategy roll, nothing happening. Infield is at double play depth for Clendenin. 5-5 is a blank. We go to Clendenin. 1-6, he's going to fly to center, 2 down. So 2 down, and that brings up Swoboda. Roll the strategy again. Nothing happening. 1-2, that's a potential walk, and that will be a walk. So Swoboda draws the 2-out walk, puts runners at first and second with 2 down, and that's what the Mets need, are base runners, but they got to cash them in. And here's Jerry Grody trying to do just that. Nothing on the strategy roll. Grant Jackson 5-3. That's a blank. We go to Grody. 3-5 inverse. That's a single past the pitcher. So that will score the run. AG will score from second. Puts the Mets on the board. 2-out rally by the Mets. So Swoboda has to have a 4 base running rating to get from first to third. He's got a 3, but there are 2 outs, so he will make it to third base. So puts runners at the corners with 2 down for Rod Gaspar. Mets finally break through and reduce the score to 4-1. Jackson, nothing on the strategy roll. 5-2, that's a potential strikeout chance, and 5 will get him because of the 4 here and the +3. That makes that 5 a good strikeout. But the Mets do get on the board, and after 4 complete, it is Phillies 4 and Mets 1. Tom Seaver may be getting some energy from the fact the Mets are breaking through. See what he can do. John Briggs, 1-3. Strikeout plus against a righty, but he's a lefty, so that's a blank. 2-6. Single to left for Johnny Briggs, and back come the fighting Phils. Briggs is a 3, -1 from Seaver is a 2. That's a 9, nothing happening. Cookie Rojas is up. Infield is at double play depth. 2-1, range play, so that means the fielder's going to lose 1 on the range if it's a grounder. Rojas, 4-5, that's a single to right field, so there's no real range to worry about because it's a single. Now let's check let's see, do you do a range play? This is interesting. I don't think I've ever had a range play where it was a single right off the bat. This is where I'm wondering if you still check for the range of the right fielder, see if it gets by him for extra bases, or whether you just play the single to right field. Good question. I'll check the rules real quick and see if I see anything in there. I don't think you do that, but you never know. But I don't want to hold the video too long, but I also want to get it right if possible. Let's see if there's anything on here about a range play. Let me check the range play rule book. And I'm going through now looking for range, where the range checks are. All right, let's see here. Apologize for the delay. Okay, here we go. Range. All right, so range on an S7. According to this, a range of an S7 on a failed range check is still an S7. So only the fly do you get a chance for an extra base. So it's going to just, according to this, it's going to stay a single. Now the question is, first to third, will Johnny Briggs get to third? To go from first to third on a single to right, you add 1 to the base running rating. The right fielder arm of the Mets, Swoboda, is a 0. The run rating of Briggs is a 4. You add 1 to that, makes him a 5. So a 5, anything other than a 6, he makes it. And he does. So he will get to third base. Puts runners on the corners with nobody out. And the infield, I think, is going to probably have to play in at this point. I don't think they can avoid or afford to trade 2 outs for a run. They really need to get out of here with nothing. Although with Dick Allen up, that can be very problematic. So the infield is in. Sure there's no balk or anything. There's not. Seaver really needs a strikeout in the worst way. 2-6, it's a possible error. Dick Allen 3-4. And that it would have been a home run to center had it been against a lefty, but against a righty, it's a fly to center. AG's error rating is a 4, and that is a 4. It's a failed error check on the center fielder. It is even. So since it's even, it's not going to be an error. That's the rule they have here, drop fly ball is only when it's odd. That is even, so it will not be an error. However, it could be a sacrifice fly. Dick Allen's sacrifice fly rating is a 2, and he gets it for the sacrifice fly. So it won't be an error on AG, but it will be a sac fly for Dick Allen because of the fact that D20 was even. So run scores, it's 5-1 Phillies. As Dick Allen gets the RBI, now the infield can go to double play depth. And here is Johnny Callison. Nothing on the strategy roll. Seaver 2-3 is a range. I'm sorry, 2-3 is a strikeout chance, and he will get him. So that's 2 down. Callison is gone. Here's Darren Johnson, third baseman. Nothing on the strat. 1-4. Possible single if he's tired. I don't think he's tired yet. I think you have to give up 6 runs to get tired. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's only given up 9 base runners, so that 11 there. I don't know if that's counted 9. And let me check the fatigue on the rules. So I'm wondering if he's fatigued. I'm wondering about that. You wouldn't think Seaver would be fatigued in the 5th inning, but he has done a lot of pitching. So let's check the fatigue rules just to make sure that I am getting this correct. And even if I check the rules, I still might not get it correct. Let's see, where are the fatigue checks here? So I need RJL or somebody that's more advanced at this to give me the definitive answer on this. And I'm not even seeing anything for fatigue in these rules. I'm sure it's somewhere that I'm just missing it. I'm going to say that in the 5th inning he is not fatigued. I just don't see that. And I don't see anything on here that talks about fatigue in this rules. In the rule parts that I'm looking at, I don't see it. I'm sure it's there. I just don't see it. And I don't want to hold everything up. So I am going to make the command decision that he is not fatigued. So we're just going to say that 1-4 is going to be a blank. Here's Darren Johnson. 1-5 is a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. Now what we'll do is take Seaver out of there because he's going to bat second next inning, so he's coming out anyway. So we'll just leave it at that. And if I played it wrong, if he was really tired, I know this 11 means something. It could mean runs plus base runners. If that's the case, he would definitely be tired, but I'd have to go back and look at, again, exactly what the fatigue thing is, but just logically, you don't think Seaver's tired in the 5th inning. It just doesn't make sense, but, you know, we'll just play it the best I can. Okay, so Seaver is going to be gone, and they will have Tug McGraw come in relief. He's got the long relief rating, so he'll come on in back of Seaver. And we'll need a pinch hitter. We're going to have Al Weiss to lead off, and then they need a pinch hitter. And let's see who they're going to go to. Again, they need a right-hander most likely. So they're going to go to, boy. I'd like to save Cleon Jones for later if possible. But there may not be a later, so we're going to go ahead and use Cleon Jones. So it's going to be, whoops, I always get out of habit when I make a stack. I'd rather have the individual. All right, so Cleon Jones is going to pinch hit for Seaver. Here in the bottom of the 5th, and then Tug McGraw will be the new pitcher. All right, first things first, it's Al Weiss gets a shot. 2-6 is a double question mark. Weiss switch hitter batting right-handed. 1-16 is the star line, but that's an 18, so he avoids that trap. Weiss 5-5, still going to fly to center. So that's 1 away. Weiss is gone, and that brings up the pinch hitter Cleon Jones, who hit .340 for the season. He just happened to be given this game off from the doubleheader. Grant Jackson 4-6, strikeout chance 18, way too much. Jones 2-1, he is going to single. So pinch hit single for Cleon Jones. As he does his job, gets the base hit, brings up Bud Harrelson. Down 5-1, we're not doing any stealing. We'll roll in case there's a balk or a pickoff. And there's not. So here's Harrelson. Infield double play depth. 2-4. 2-4. Potential wild pitch. That's a 1. It's going to be a wild pitch. The wild pitch sends Cleon Jones to second base. Harrelson still at the plate. 3-2. 3-2 is a walk plus against a right-handed batter. Switch hitter batting right, so walk plus. So Harrelson will draw the base on balls. That's what the Mets need, are base runners. They've got 2 of them. And that's going to bring up Bobby File. So 2 on, 1 out for Bobby File. Nothing on the 20. 4-6 strikeout chance. That's a 9. He does it at a 5, plus 3 is an 8, but 9 is too much. So File gets a reprieve and flies to right field for out number 2. Cleon Jones, who is the lead runner at second base, he runs. His base running rating is a 5. So the 5 plus the right fielder arms in right field, Callison's a -2, makes him a 3. Do you really want to risk it? When you're down 5-1, is it a point to risk it? I don't think so. So we're going to hold him right there. I mean, he could have made it, but I'm just going to roll for the heck of it. This does not count. And so he would have made it, but hey, if you roll a 6 there, you look awful stupid. So that brings up Tommy Agee. Agee, runners at first. He's already in scoring position at second base anyway. So here's Agee, nothing on the strategy roll. Jackson, 1-6, strikeout. He got him, so it doesn't matter anyway. That's going to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Mets. We go to the 6th. It is Phillies 5 and the Mets 1. And the new pitcher will be Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw is in. Not normally known to go long relief, but hey, he's got a relief factor of 10. He can face 10 batters. So, and the Phillies have a leadoff man, left-handed Stone, so they're going to go with McGraw. 3-2. 3-2 is a strikeout chance. 11 will not get it done. 7 plus 3 is a 10. 11's going to miss it. 1-6, ground ball to short. 1 away, and that brings up catcher Mike Ryan. Mike Ryan. 6-5 is a strikeout chance. That'll get him. 6 there, plus the 3 is a 9. That's an 8. So Ryan is gone. 2 down for Don Money. 3-2, strikeout chance again. He's a 10, plus the 3 is a 13. Struck him out. So Shea Stadium ringing up some strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 5-1. Now Grant Jackson can face 28 batters. So far he has faced 22. So 22 right now. So he's still good to go. Plus he's pitching a fine game, 5-1. Here's Clendenon. 4-3, strikeout chance. 6 will get him. So Clendenon is out of there. 1 away. Brings up Ron Swoboda, the right fielder. 6-1, single, but he's not tired, so no, that's just a blank. Swoboda, 2-1, fly to center. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down for Jerry Grody. Grant Jackson, 4-3, strikeout chance. That's a 5. He's gone. So Grant Jackson pitching a whale of a game, and the Phillies lead it 5-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. And I don't know where. Oh, okay. Tabby's behind me now. So we'll see. Grant Jackson's going to stay in there and hit. Why not? He's pitching a great game. No sense in taking him out. 5-6 is a strikeout chance. He is gone. 1 away. 3 strikeouts in a row for McGraw. And that brings up, wrong team. Not bad. The wrong stack here. John Briggs, the leadoff man, back up. McGraw, 4-1, strikeout chance. He gets him 2. That's 4 in a row for Tug McGraw. For Cookie Rojas. This will be McGraw's last batter. He is scheduled to bat 3rd next inning. 6-2 is a range play at Shea. Rookie Rojas. 2-1 is a blank. We're going to the rare play chart with the bases empty. So rare play with bases empty. And we get a 61. 61 says right fielder crashes into the wall chasing a deep drive. Resolve as a D9 range play. So we're not doing injuries. If right fielder fails to make the play in center field, wait a minute, if right fielder fails to make the play, the center fielder picks up the ball with the hitter attempting a triple. Resolve like an S+8 at third. Okay, so it's double possible triple is basically what we're looking at. But we're doing the range play of the right fielder, Swoboda, who is a 2. And Swoboda gets to it, and that solves the problem. So no need to worry about any of that. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It is Phillies 5 and the Mets 1. And we'll get a pinch hitter. That'll be all for Tug McGraw. He goes 2 innings. And they will need a new pitcher. And they'll also need a pinch hitter for McGraw in the bottom of the 7th because he is batting 3rd. They've used Cleon Jones. The only other right-handed hitter they have is Ed Charles, although he's not very good. Let's see who else they might use. Shamsky, you know what? We're going to use Art Shamsky, the lefty. Art Shamsky, the lefty, who is pretty much not penalized for being left-handed, according to his card. His card is rated. He's only, even though he had 303 at bats, he's only rated versus one kind of pitching. I did go in and change his walks to 0 because he did not walk at all against lefty pitching. His home runs I left alone because he had 14 home runs and several of those were against lefties, so I didn't mess with those. Don't remember off the top of my head what his averages were here, but anyway, it's no penalty to use him because the card is not rated that way, so I will feel more than free to use Art Shamsky as a pinch hitter and knowing I'm not going to be penalized. But first things first is Rod Gaspar. So here's Gaspar. 6'4", that is a strikeout chance. He's not tired. That's a 9, but it's too high. Gaspar 2-3 is a star line 6, which is a fly to left. So 1 away. That's going to bring up Al Weiss, the shortstop. Jackson 2-4, that's a foul ball on a wild pitch. 1-6 is strikeout chance. That's a 3. He is gone. 2 down for the pinch hitter Shamsky. 4-2. 4-2 is a possible error on a grounder. Shamsky 4-4. Ground ball to second. Second baseman's error rating Rojas is a 6. That's a 15. Rojas will make the play. And the inning is over. So we go to the top of the 8th. Still Phillies 5 and the Mets 1. So Shamsky is done. And now we need a new pitcher for the Mets to come in a 5-1 game. They're going to bring in Nolan Ryan. So Nolan Ryan will be on. And he'll be facing Dick Allen. First batter he faces is Dick Allen. Top of the 5th. 5-1 Phillies. 4 in the first inning they got has stood the test, and it was led by Dick Allen's 3-run homer off of Tom Seaver. So here is Ryan to Allen. 2-1, and that's a strikeout plus, so the freight train there, or the express I guess you call it. Express Nolan Ryan gets the strikeout. Freight train was Walter Johnson. Ryan is the express. Brings up Johnny Callison. 1-2, that's a range play. Callison 2-1, ground ball to second. We're doing the range of the second baseman Weiss. He's a 4. So Weiss 4 or less, he gets to this. And he does. So Weiss makes the play. 2 down. And that's going to send up Darren Johnson, third baseman. 4-6. 4-6 on Ryan is a potential walk. 10 is good enough for a walk. So Ryan gives the strikeouts. He also gives the walks. No strategy roll with the score being a 4-run difference and only 2 innings left. So we're not going to have a strategy roll there. And we're going to have Ron Stone, the batter. keep wanting to pick out players from the Mets, and it's the Phillies that are batting, not the Mets. Roll for the strategy because he does have a 1-7 balk, but there's no balk. Stone the batter, 5-6. That's a walk plus against a lefty. That's a 20, so he's going to avoid that. That's a 9. The plus makes him a 19, but that's a 20. So Ryan somehow avoids the walk. I don't know how. Stone instead, 3-4 is going to ground to short, and the inning is over. So Ryan escapes that wildness and gets the out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Now Grant Jackson can face 28 batters. He's faced 27 at this point. Don't know if they want to. I guess they'll keep him out there. They do have action in the bullpen. They do have right-handed action in their bullpen. And they do have a gentleman by the name of Turk Farrell in the bullpen, righty, who did have 3 saves on the year. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now, Grant Jackson to Bud Harrelson. 3-2 is a walk plus chance against the switch hitting right-hander, so that will be a walk. Leadoff walk to Harrelson, and that's what the Mets need. They need base runners. So we'll roll the strategy because Grant Jackson's got some balks and pickoffs that could happen, but not on a 9 it won't happen. Here's Bobby File. Now, do you pinch hit for Bobby File? I think you almost have to, assuming they have anybody left on the bench that's any good that's left-handed. Like I said, you do have Ed Charles, but he's got a lower average than File does. They do have Cranepool, although he's much better against righties. They're going to go with Ken Boswell, I think, as a pinch hitter. So Ken Boswell, because he can play second base. And they could move somebody around to play third, maybe. They could bring in Charles to play third if they really wanted to. So Boswell will pinch hit, and then Charles will play third base. And Ed Charles defensively is a 3 and an 11. And he will take over at third base in the 9th inning, but Ken Boswell is there to pinch hit. Jackson is now tired, so he's got to be careful. 1-6, strikeout chance, not tired there. He struck him out. So Boswell is gone. Brings up Tommy Agee. So here is Agee. Nothing on Strat. 4-6 is a strikeout chance. 18's too much. That would have been a 14 plus a 3 is a 17, so just barely too much. Agee, 2-1, single to center. Single to center, and Bud Harrelson's base running rating is a 4. So to get from first to third on a single to center, you lose 1, it gives him a 3. Center fielder arm is a 0. 1 to 3, but you're down 5-1. Do you take the chance? I think they're going to take the chance and hope he didn't roll a 6. And he didn't roll a 6, but he didn't roll a 3 either. He's going to have to hold at second base. So runners at first and second, and that's going to be it for Grant Jackson. They were trying to get him through the inning because he's set to bat third, but they're just going to have to go to the bullpen here. They don't want to take any chances, not with the big guys. Clendenning coming up. They want a right-hander in there. So Grant Jackson gets a firm handshake from his manager, and we'll actually have a double switch as Ron Stone's going to leave and Larry Heisel will be coming in as the new left fielder, and he's going to bat 9th. So Larry Heisel on a double switch will take over in left field and bat 9th, and he is a 4, a 0, and a -1 in the outfield. He will be batting third this inning. Ron Stone is removed from the game, and the new pitcher is going to be Turk Farrell. So Turk Farrell is on in a pretty big spot. It's 5-1, but the Clendenin with one swing can make it 5-4 real quick. So Farrell, who has no chances here for balks or pickoffs, so we're not going to roll any strategy. We're just going to go for it right here. Clendenin against Farrell. Infield is double play depth. 6-1 blank on Farrell. Clendenin, 5-6 is a ground ball to short, potential double play. He's a 3. They're halfway, it makes him a 4. Second base pivot is Rojas, he's a 0. So a 1-4, it's a double play. It's a 6, so the runners are going to advance. So Clendenin, a 6-3 ground out for out number 2. Harrelson goes to third, and Agee goes to second. So second and third, 2 down. And it's up to Ron Swoboda to get it done. Now Swoboda could be pinch hit for because now you got the righty in there. Now you can bring in your big lefties. So they're bringing in Ed Kranepool. Ed Kranepool is coming on to pinch hit for Swoboda. And they'll figure out what to do in right field in a second. I think Gaspar, can he switch from left to right? Let's see. Yes, they're going to move Gaspar to right field. And Gaspar will be a same rating, 4, 0, and a -2. Kranepool will take over in left field, and he will be a 3, 0, and a +1. But Ed Kranepool pinch hitting in a big spot as Gil Hodges trying to pull the right lever. Farrell to Kranepool, 2 outs, 2 on. 5-4. Strikeout chance, that's an 18. Too much, not going to strike him out. Kranepool, 4-5. Ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So Kranepool fails, and the inning's over. So we go to the 9th. Ryan is back out. And the Mets come up empty. Still 5-1 Phillies. And it will be Ryan, Money, and Heisel due up for the Phillies in the 9th against Nolan Ryan. 2-5 for Ryan. Possible error. Ryan against Ryan. How about that? Ryan versus Ryan. 3-6 is a ground ball to second. Second baseman is... Actually, I need to have a new second baseman, don't I? No, I don't, because Weiss never came out of the game. He's an error of 9. That's a 14. Weiss will make the play. It was File that came out, not Weiss. Weiss is still in the game at second, so no problems there. 1 down. Here's Don Money. So Ryan and McGraw pitched well in relief, but they are behind. 2-6 potential walk. 15 will not do it. Money 2-1 ground. I'm sorry, not ground ball. Starline 6, which is a fly to right. 2 down, and that'll bring up Larry Heisel for his first at bat. The new left fielder coming in for the first time. 5-5 range play at Shea. Heisel, on Shea, 4-5. Fly to center, so we're checking the range of Agee, who is a 5. So Tommy Agee puts it away, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Mets, or they will lose this first game of the doubleheader to the lowly Phillies. It's going to be Grody, Gaspar, and Weiss, the scheduled hitters, but they do have people on the bench. The Phillies, in their bullpen, don't really have a whole lot of guys with a lot of saves. So John Boozer had 6 saves. So Boozer is loosening in the bullpen in case Farrell gets into trouble. Farrell can face 7, and right now Farrell has only faced 2. So he's good to go to try to finish this game out. He retired both batters he has faced. Grody will lead things off. They won't pinch hit for him, but Gaspar could very well get pinch hit for. Let's see what they got left on the bench. They're running out of players here. Wayne Garrett's not very good. They may just have to stick with Gaspar. Let's see. First things first is Grody. Farrell, 2-3. That's a straight out single right on the pitcher card. Straight out single for Jerry Grody. So he's aboard. And that's going to send us to Gaspar. And John Boozer warming up a little bit more fervently in the bullpen. No strategy roll needed. 4-2. That is a potential error on a ground ball. Gaspar. 6-6 is a question mark 7, so it's no ground ball to worry about. We're checking what he can do. This goes up to 13. That's a 14, so it's going to be a deep fly to left, and that's going to be out number one. So he missed one away from a triple, but just couldn't quite get it. And that'll bring up Al Weiss, who we will pinch hit for. So Al Weiss will be pinch hit for. And then you got the pitcher spot after that. So let's see who they have available. They have J.C. Martin, and they have Wayne Garrett, and they have Duffy Dyer. Well, Duffy Dyer's the highest average guy they've got, so we'll go with Duffy Dyer to bat for Weiss, and then we'll use Wayne Garrett to pinch hit for Nolan Ryan. First things first, it is Duffy Dyer on the bench that's coming in to pinch hit. He hit .257, whereas the second baseman Al Weiss was a .215 hitter. Even though he is right-handed instead of the switch hitting, they're going for the average. Farrell, 5.6 blank. Go to Dyer. 5.6 again. The star line 6, which is a fly to right. That's 2 down. So he's retired, and now it's up to Wayne Garrett. Last chance. Last chance for the Mets is Wayne Garrett. So Wayne Garrett will be pinch hitting, and the Mets pretty much have depleted everything off their bench at this point. The only guy on the bench left now to hit is J.C. Martin. He's the only position player remaining. Farrell trying to stick it out and get that save. Well, it wouldn't really be a save. He would just get out of it. There is no save situation here. No, I take it back. There is a save situation because he came in the game 5-1 with 2 guys on, which meant the tying run is on deck, which means technically he would get the save. 1-2, range play at Shea. 2-2, 2-2 is a ground ball to short. So we're checking the range of Don Money. He's a 4. If he gets to it, the game is over. And he does. Money gets to it. Money is money on the play. And that's going to end it. And the Mets, a disappointing loss to the lowly Phillies behind the great pitching of Grant Jackson. He is the player of the game. Although you could make a case, obviously, for Dick Allen with the 3-run homer, but I think Grant Jackson pitching those 7 1/3 innings, holding the Mets to 1 run, probably gets the player of the game for that. So, unfortunately for Met fans, they fall by the score of 5-1. So, with that in mind, it is now time for the ticker. And I did go ahead and play this other game. I have not written it in yet, but the Dodgers won the game 5-3. I decided not to do a video on it. It's the only game of the day, and I did already do the Dodgers. I just forgot to write it in. So now let's go to the ticker, and the second game of the ticker will be coming up. This game, though, 5-1 Phillies win the first game of the doubleheader. And we'll let the ticker decide on the second game. And there's the rest of the league to play as well. It's a full schedule in today's game. And the next game after this one will be Atlanta at Cincinnati. That'll be the next game on the schedule. And that will feature Pat Jarvis and Gary Nolan. All right, so getting ready for the ticker. Shuffle these up, flip them over, and cut them. And now we're ready to go. Phillies and Mets, second game of the doubleheader. Who wins it? It's an 8. So Philly can't make that one. So the Mets win that one 7-6 to gain a split of the doubleheader. Pirates and the Cubs, it's a 6. So the Pirates do win it 5-0. So even though they split, they do gain a half a game on the Cubs thanks to that Cubs loss. So let's see what that does for the division. That brings the Mets to within 2 games of the Cubs. They were 2.5 coming into this. They are now 2 games back. So inching ever closer, even with the split. They pick up a half a game. Here's Atlanta. That's a 5. They get it. So it's a 7-1 win over Cincinnati to help their cause in the West. Here's the Dodgers and San Diego again. That's a 9. So this is actually San Diego winning this one 8-2. That's got to be a bummer for the Dodgers. They're trying to make up ground playing these weak teams, and they lose. Here's San Fran and Houston. That's a 6. So San Fran gets the win 3-1. And the final, Montreal and St. Louis, that's a 7, so St. Louis gets the win, 9-7. So there is your ticker. And again, your final score was 5-1. 5-1 Phillies over the Mets. And the next game, like I said, will be the September 6th game between the Atlanta Braves and the Cincinnati Reds. It will be Pat Jarvis against Gary Nolan. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch 1969 style, National League pennant race style. And hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.